out of Atlanta, the Georgia governor's Brian Kemp. Nice to see you again, sir, and thank you for your time today, and good morning.
Hey, good morning, Bill.
We brought you to talk on about a list of other things, but with this breaking news, I want to begin here. What do you make, if true, that he is the target of an indictment regarding January 6th?
Well, listen, I certainly agree with a lot of the comments the speaker made about the American people wanting equal justice. I know there's a lot of people, conservatives like me, that are frustrated by things like the New York indictment, but there's no doubt that these things are a distraction to the former president. And I would just tell you, if I was the prosecutor bringing these charges, he better have some damn good evidence if you're going after a former president. And we'll see as the process plays out, but it's certainly a distraction from us beating Joe Biden.
You did an interview last night on another network, and I want to ask you specifically about a few of the things that you said. But first, what's going on in Fulton County? When would you expect the DA in your home county to deliver news, whether there is news, from two grand juries that were seated a week ago and another grand jury that was seated months ago?
Yeah, really frustrating to me personally that it's taken this long. I think that frustrates a lot of people and makes the question arise of why is that so. But I guess it's going to be sometime in August, Bill. I mean, that's what the synopsis was to her letter she sent to the sheriff's office for security of when the indictments, come down for whoever is going to be indicted in this case. I mean, it's been going on a long time. I know a lot of people are frustrated by that. I mean, we'll have to see what the charges are, but also when cases like this take so long, they get in the middle of political season, a lot of people just feel like the whole system's being politicized and targeted, which is unfortunate. It shouldn't be that way in our country, but my best guess is, sometime middle part of August.
Do you think it is that way?
What's that?
The justice system is being politicized. Do you believe that based on what you're saying?
Well, I certainly think aspects of it are, and I know I saw this, in my re-election campaign when this investigation was going on, and it was, I think some aspects of it were political then, and they're political now. But the bottom line is eventually the people are going to decide this, right? And the jury's going to decide this, and the facts are going to come out. We don't really know what those are now, so I would reserve judgment.
Okay.
But I just think
the
way the process is
yeah. So the
really
DA,
suspect.
She said months ago that the one grand jury had reached a conclusion, and she was going to announce her findings, as you just said, in August. I think at the time she said late summer, so that was either July or August, which raises the question as to whether or not a DA is working on specific timing on a schedule to drop what could be a whopper. Do you think that's at play here?
I mean, I guess it could be, but I won't really be able to tell that until I see, what charges there are, who they're charging. I think, especially in the Georgia case, there could be multiple people that could end up being charged, and I just don't have a very good feel for that. I mean, I'm obviously not part of the investigation. I did testify in front of the grand jury, which was an interesting process, but we got to let that play out.
Okay.
But regardless, Bill, all of this is what the Democrats want. This is a distraction from us being focused on Joe Biden's record and talking about the disaster at the border, disastrous pullout of Afghanistan, how, he talks about, building the economy from the middle out and the bottom up, and the only thing coming out of the middle right now is cash out of their pockets because of Joe Biden's 40-year high inflation, high grocery prices, high energy prices. $400,000 house costs $1,000 more a month now because of interest rates than just a year or two ago, and all of those things. They want to distract from, so-called Bidenomics.
You said we got to win, talking about Republicans in 2024. I think the difference was 9,000 votes between Biden and Trump in 2020. Maybe it was 10,000. I'm sure you got the number in your head.
Yeah.
Can Donald Trump win Georgia if he's on the ticket in 2024?
Well, Bill, my advice to all candidates, including the former president, is we have to tell people what we're for, why they should vote for us. We need to be focused on the future. We can't be concerned with things that happen in the rearview mirror, whether it's the 2020 election or anything else. Americans are hurting out there. They want to hear from Republican candidates for president on why we should vote for you. You know, they want to know what your solutions are, rebuilding our military, turning this economy around, and moving us forward without, you know, high interest rates and high energy prices. So
yeah, but
I think any candidate, including the former president, can win Georgia if they'll do that.
Right. You just went through a long list of things that Joe Biden is doing very poorly. I mean, you're grading him at a D, I think. I think I might be generous based on the list that you just delivered. Can Joe Biden win Georgia in 2024?
Well, yes, I think Joe Biden could win Georgia, but I also think he can lose Georgia. So my goal is to make sure that he loses it. And I think any Republican that we have running for president right now, or anybody that may get in the race in the future, if anybody does, can beat Joe Biden if they stay focused on the future, if they tell the American people why they should vote for us or what we're for, and then we have a candidate that can put an effort together to win our state. I mean, you can't govern, Bill, if you don't win, and that's my goal is to be able to win. And you know, we got a lot of distractions that are going on right now, which is not helpful for us beating Joe Biden.
Sir, thank you for your time. Wonder if you're getting the itch. I don't think you're going to answer that question right now because I think you like being governor. Am I right about
Thanks
that?
for having me. Sir?
Am I right about that? Are you getting in, or are you staying where you are?
I got the greatest job in America, and I'm happy here, but also want to beat Joe Biden.
Governor, thank you. We'll speak again. Brian Kemp in Atlanta, Georgia.